My initial prognosis was stage 3C colorectal cancer, and that was in early October 2021. It was KRAS-positive and a really pretty bleak outlook. I had constipation for a very long time, well over a week. Went to A&E and then that didn't work, so they sent me to the large regional hospital, to the gastroenterological ward. As they got results from the blood tests and samples and probing and everything, that they were able to tell me, well, this is what it looks like. And then ultimately, look, it's stage 3C, it's spread to the lymph nodes, and it's going to take you, over a year. This is a long haul thing. They put me on the Finnish gold standard care routine right away. It started with an intense first few days of targeted radiation, followed by chemo on the way to surgery. The following spring, there was a surgical resection that removed a part of the colon. That was successful, but then they did discover that at the edge of that piece that they removed, there was still some cancerous tissue, so that was a concern. I think they started bandying the word, incurable. Doesn't mean you're going to die right away, but we are going to class this as incurable cancer now. That's when it changed my mindset. I certainly felt strongly like, wait a second, I have to do everything I possibly can and try and be as proactive as I can and find all manner of options for me. And that made me reach out to an organization called Heal Navigator, who then had an excellent oncological nurse. And then after some time, they reached out to me and said, hey, we've heard about this amazing new treatment from an organization called Immunocine, and you should really check it out. We've had some patients try it and the results seem phenomenal. You should absolutely take a look. Once I'd studied up on what Immunocine was offering, I could tell, to me, the mechanism of how it worked seemed so plausible. And when I spoke to my friends, acquaintances in the medical profession, they were like, this seems plausible to us. It's new, but that can work. And then the case studies as well. Immunocine was providing some really lucid stories about what was possible. The interaction with the Immunocine team was overall just excellent and easy. It was great that the hard stuff is sort of at the start. They take a sample of the tumor and then they do the apheresis. And then, of course, the administration of the treatment itself was super easy. It was just finding a nearby lymph node and injecting the serum into that. So in essence, a 5-minute activity. In terms of side effects, immediately after that first treatment, very, very mild. I took it easy that day. I could feel a little bit of fatigue in the evening, maybe mild flu symptoms at worst. And when you're used to, as baseline, to something like chemo, that's nothing at all. This is where things get really interesting for me, because very early after the first treatment, I could feel something really impacting my body. My immune system was targeting the area, and I could see and sense that something was happening. The irony in my situation is that the treatment started working rapidly and really well very early. The consequence of the treatment working really hard was that my colon got blocked. Immunocine then acted really rapidly to get me to a local clinic and under observation. Mentally, I still felt in a resilient place because the causality seemed very clear to me that, well, why am I here? It's because my body is suddenly really identifying the cancer and fighting against it. And I was also able to get Keytruda, a checkpoint inhibitor medication that complements the Immunocine treatment. Immunocine, supercharges the attack power of your immune system, and checkpoint inhibitors weaken the defense of cancer. So it's a perfect sort of 1-2 punch. So that's been fantastic. I've had 3 PET scans now, all showing totally stable situation. My blood work doesn't show any indication of any active cancer. So there's certainly talk of, if it stays stable for just a little bit longer, my oncologist in Finland would be happy to call it being in remission, which is just incredible. It's been an amazing turnaround, truly. I'm able to do, by and large, everything. No pain, exercising tons, I've been very grateful and glad to be able to work. I'm able to travel. I'm here in Cancun. I moved to my dream city in Finland, have a great social life. So quality of life overall just feels excellent. Because it's an immune therapy that boosts your own body's defenses, it's fantastic for a certain kind of mental well-being as well. My mindset is that, okay, my body is now perfectly trained and clearly, provably so, to fight my particular diagnosis and the particular tumor I have. That readiness is there, it remains. So I don't go about my days, even though it was very hairy and very tricky, I don't go through my days worrying like, oh, it's gonna come back anytime now. So it's a really quite peaceful, joyful place to be. Absolutely fantastic.